So anyway, there's Zach. I thank you for being here, silly. He's my ride. So anyway, permanent easels, etc., more light in the park. The idea is to start engaging that civic center in ways that start opening it up for other people to want to come and do projects there and things like that. So really engaging it in color, engaging it in tables and chairs,
which we like,
and plants, and yeah, like bringing it back to life. It is really not alive right now, etc. So there you go with that. What are my credentials? I have been a creative director in Los Angeles for 30 years, starting with Warner Brothers Records, Disney, Mattel, Nestle, Sony. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts and Graphic Design from the University of Michigan. I'm very fancy in the world of creative direction, and my co-founder is 29 years old,
a baby,
New York native, fine artist, badass, very cool, and very, September 21st.
Ah, today's for
1963. Yes, I'm a Virgo, he's a Gemini.
Oh.
And then lastly, here's the, yes, it gets like this, it's fine. Lastly, these are stats from Chicago about what happens in communities when you add murals, and all within the realm of graffiti abatement, which in the world of abatement, when you paint over walls, that is a fresh new canvas.
Right.
What we do is get them in action, believing in themselves, learning about their artistic abilities, and creating environments in which they can elevate the whole community.
So basically, who's paying for it?
The Great
This,
Streets.
It'd be a Great Street grant.
Street Initiative. So the first $10,000 is what is given for the project, and then we are supposed to raise an additional
matching funds.
20.
Matching.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question.
Matching or 20.
This, I'm dying to say this. Please, may I be recognized? Oh, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, I love your idea, but there is a major problem that you don't maybe realize that we have all over the valley, and especially in Vnnc, Pacoima, Sun Valley, and those Arleta areas. We have, and Zach, you may not know because you look like a nice young man, but we have a lot of gang members, and we have a lot of problems with graffiti. And one case in point, and this just tore my heart apart, and every time I go through there, I want to cry. We had what we used to call the GM plant, which was on Vnnc Boulevard for 40 years or whatever, and then it disintegrated, went away, went bye-bye because of the economy crashing, and went out of the state and then out of the country, and et cetera. We'll go into that. And basically, just to let you know, it then got built up by the Selig family who bought the land, and they put a lot of other things there, but they called it the plant because that's what it used to be. Bottom line, they had the bridge going under there, and they had all the beautiful cars that were painted there by a very famous painter, and she put a lot of work into heart and soul, and it was beautiful for probably 25, 30 years. And then the little graffiti vandals from what used to be the Carnation plant, which is now the high school over there, have gone by and ruined it. And it's not been kept up nicely. And the girl that painted it originally said, I'm not going to go back and fix it because they're just going to do it some more. And so my question to you is, how are you going to prevent that? Because it's near impossible. I mean, it's beautiful when you put them there, but I've gone by people's neighborhoods where their backyard fences down alleys were all painted up with murals to try to stop the graffiti, and they'll still come by and write their names all over, spray stuff on it, and ruin it. So can you tell me what are you going to do to stop that?
So there's things to do. I've been told that we're not going to stop graffiti for the kids who do graffiti,
exactly.
Right? But there are things that are done that are respected. So there's a couple of things. Number one, with the murals in particular that end up getting tagged that are very old, often it's because they have not been updated, because they are old, because they are...
But they look great still.
Perhaps, but even the DCA knows that those have to be paid attention to. That we had a 13-year gap in any murals whatsoever
Yeah.
has a lot to do with what happened in the city streets. It's, you know, it's a reaction. So, and I'm asked all the time, like, what happens when they start tagging murals? Something has happened, generally, in the neighborhood, or it's talking about the mural itself or something like that. So, in this situation, one of the things that actually benefits an area is the change. So, yes, we can have murals for 35 years, but we should be having murals every 5 years. So there should be changeover that happens in there. They shouldn't necessarily all be there forever and ever, amen. So there's something about that needs to be added in. There's the coating that gets to be put on, that's something. But also what you do in the gang situations, and we know very well about the gangs and the difference between the gangs in graffiti and the gangs as gangs and what they're doing and where they want to hit and do things like that. And typically it's not in situations like what we're proposing. They aren't going to go tag over somebody's art. They're going to go, they
see it.
Okay, but not brand new awesome murals.
looking for a blank canvas.
They don't generally go and do that.
Yeah, they do. The minute they do it, then the other gang sees that tag, and then they've got to go over there and do theirs, blah, 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 and it's never ending.
Right.
I used to watch this literally, and let me explain real quick. Going to and from work for 8 years, down different alleys past part of the plant, and see
We're
where
losing quorum.
the walls there and the people's block walls were all graffitied on, and they'd come in and fix it. I'd go to work at the graveyard shift, okay? I would go to work at 10 and I would see that on my way to work.
Right.
And on my way home, it would still be there. The next night I'd go and it would be gone. And literally the next morning on my way home it's back again.
Right.
Again, those were alleys right near that high school I was talking about.
Right.
And they would tag the phone box there, the DWP boxes, all of those walls, and the Burger King and so on. I mean, anything they could tag, they would. And it was kids from that school. And that's the problem. I mean, and the police know it, but they don't have cameras to catch them. And if they don't catch them, they don't know who's doing it, they get away with it. There was a time when they punished them and they made them pay the fines. They had to pay restitution. And if they aggregated, they went to jail.
Right.
But because the jails were so overcrowded, they rescinded that rule.
Right.
So they just keep going and going.
So civics lesson.
You wanna bring the board now?
I was just gonna say, so I've
sorry.
studied it like you have,
Yes.
and honestly, I would, if my answers to your questions are contingent on your saying yes, then I will totally keep talking. If you and I wanna talk and we can.
Have a couple
No, I'm
questions.
agreeing with you, but I'm just
Or
worried
two.
about how it's gonna be kept up so that they don't ruin them after we have them done.
Right.
Coatings is fine.
It will help,
You-
will that be enough?
The
You just
Department of
put a coating on it.
Cultural
put
Affairs
a coating
has.
All right, well,
has-
then I'm in favor, we don't need to talk
They're
anymore.
gonna
very
put-
good.
They're gonna put a security guard with the,
I wish
And,
we
well,
could.
the other thing
AK-47.
that we do is integrate those gang members
Let them
in
have the
our
paint.
program.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
In
It's
our-
hard.
That's a good
It's
idea.
hard though, because a lot
Yep,
of.
good idea.
good idea.
All right,
The younger, the
so,
better, the older, the worse.
Good
I
idea.
know.
Karina,
If anybody goes on Van Nuys Boulevard in Pacoima, they have amazing murals that,
yes.
By
you know,
Levi
nobody hasn't
Ponce.
faced it because it's been well known, the work by
I'm
Levi
for it
Ponce.
100%.
That, you know, because if, I think there's some code in the streets that people respect murals.
Yep.
And-
Actually, he
Some
might,
of-
he might.
Yeah.
Some of them,
Maybe.
if I may, some of them are really work of art.
Oh, a lot of them are,
If
but
I could frame it and put it in my house, I would.
That'd be a
some
big
of them are
frame.
done by people they respect and they know, because if it's a Latin name, they like that.
Yeah.
But they're not all Latin names.
Very, very quickly, we took a walk with several city officials, and there are a number of things that can be painted with the city's good graces. There are junction boxes, signal boxes, all of these things are being asked to be painted.
Right.
I contacted Justin Bua, and I asked if Justin would want to take part in something like this. I mean, I don't have to tell you who he is.
Right.
You know, the guy's world famous. He's the world's largest poster artist in the entire world, the largest seller. He has said tentatively, yes.
Oh.
I couldn't support you more if I had to.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well,
Wow.
if
We
that
have
prevents tagging, I'm here.
Yeah, we have a program called Art Current that addresses the electrical boxes that I'm working on Nuri's team. I tried Tom Labange to get him to say yes, but he wanted.
Nuri's on board.
He's out.
I know Nuri is on board.
Yeah, so, so above and beyond that, we absolutely want to take part in that and or art directed. That's my whole
Okay.
way of
You got
thinking
it.
is art
It's a
direction.
great idea.
And shifting Van
As far as
Nuys.
Etna goes, as far as closing off Etna and doing a Taste of Van Nuys, that whole thing, that's a great idea, and it's wonderful. It will cost a ton of money to do it, because there are city permits that could choke a horse.
Okay.
There's liability insurance and all kinds of other crap that we have to go through, but it's worth discussion.
Okay.
It's definitely worth discussion.
And I'm a person who spins and spins until I find a yes, so we
Good.
can.
Good. Find
Karina.
donors.
Spin with you.
Well, the
Find
thing is
donors.
that, on the proposed project on the corner of,
Bill
Armstrong
Hill's
and
house?
Ice.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna, the proposal is to close Etna, you know. as far-
Permanently, yeah.
permanently.
Seriously?
It's build on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They want to build on
Owners
it.
owning
Oh,
those
please,
properties
I'm so
and-
sorry.
And occupying,
But that's still probably 18 months to 2 years in the future.
so during that
Right,
time.
so they might help us lead
I would also,
that.
I would also point out that's not Nuri's district, that's David Rue's district.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, that's
No,
Nuri.
that's still ours.
It's Nuri.
That's Nuri.
It's north of
All the way to
Oxnard.
Oxnard.
Are you saying Etna, is this in Van Nuys?
All right.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I make a motion that we adopt the language.
Call for it. You already did it.
Yeah, that's right, we did. Okay, so I call for the vote.
Use that much.
Who seconded this?
I believe it was.
I did.
Oh.
Was it Mr. Benjamin?
Okay, I thought it was Joseph.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay,
It was
Ready?
Joseph.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
you're-
fine.
you ready? President Thomas?
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin?
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer Hop?
Aye.
Ms. Meyer?
Aye.
Mr. Lazarevich?
Aye.
Mr. Martin? Aye. Mr. Kamara?
Yes.
Mr. Maleka? He's gone. Mr. Nunn is gone. Mr. De La Cuesta?
Aye.
Ms. Padden?
Ms. Padden?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Lynn? Mr. Luna?
Yes.
Mr. Knoll?
Yes.
Ms. Asgarian? Gone. Okay, passes.
All right, you guys, we have 2 votes on the minutes and we're done, okay?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the June minutes.
Just one vote for the June minutes.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote.
No, you also got to call for mine for the funding packet too.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. President Thomas?
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin?
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, yes. Treasurer Hop?
Aye.
Ms. Meyer?
Aye.
Mr. Lazarevich?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Kamara?
Yes.
Mr. De La Cuesta?
Yes.
Ms. Padden?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Lynn?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
Mr. Knoll?
Yes.
Ms. Asgarian?
Gone.
Gone. Okay, passes.
Subway.
June minutes.
Did it pass?
Yes.
Passes.
All right, I make a motion that we approve the Special Public Safety Summit minutes.
I've withdrawn that. We'll do it next time.
Very good.
All right.
With that, the treasurer report.
Item number 6, yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Second, somebody?
Second.
With that, I call for the vote, Mr. Secretary.
Just a second while I catch up. President Thomas?
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin?
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer Hop?
Aye.
Ms. Meyer?
Aye.
Mr. Lazarevich?
Aye.
Mr. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Kamara?
Yes.
Mr. Maleko? Oh, okay. Mr. De La Cuesta? Stepped out. Ms. Padden?
Yes.
Mr. Lynn?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Knoll?
Yes.
And Ms. Asgarian has stepped out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, pass.
Very good. Any announcements? Going once, going twice. And
Adjourned.
with that, I adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.